Hello, everyone. Welcome to Entrepreneurs Learn AI. My name is Adi Singhal,
My name is Adi Singhal.
and I'm the CEO and founder of A1 Media. Today, I'm here joined with my cousin, and where we're going to start a little series where we talk about how business owners and entrepreneurs can use AI safely in their business and effectively.
I love that you put the word safely first and then you said effectively. That's how I know that this is going to be a successful series.
Exactly, exactly. And Adi, if you want to tell us a little bit more about like yourself and a little bit about your background,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
of
the
course.
definitely wants to know.
My name is Adi. I'm an applied scientist at Amazon. I lead agent development in Amazon's creators and social organization. Before this, I was at AWS Bedrock. Uh, some of you, if you're technical, you've heard of Bedrock before, where one of the largest inference providers for LLMs in the world. Um, and in Bedrock, I used to build and maintain our primary RAG offering, retrieval augmented generation. So, Ansh, for you, what that means is anytime you've ever made like a knowledge base where you put in your documents, right, and you ingest your documents into AI, that system is called RAG. In the older days, this was all the vibe, right? This was the most important thing ever. Nowadays, in the world of agents, it's just a tiny piece that agents are using all the time to like
For
refresh
sure.
their own memory. That in
Right.
itself is kind of like a knowledge base.
Right.
I used to build that as part of my last job at AWS, and now I've been making agents and working with MCP, going to conferences, publishing papers. That's
That's
become my whole
awesome.
life now. In a way, agentic AI is like basically everything I do. Last quarter, I made a agentic AI YouTube series with
Okay.
NYU, teaching NYU alumni and grad students agentic AI, which is also available for
Wow.
free on YouTube and on my website. So
Yeah,
something to
go
check
check
out
it out,
later.
everyone. Everyone should check it out. I think that's, any type of AI learning is so beneficial.
Right.
I'll tell you now, like I think what we can do here for a lot of younger entrepreneurs and people that are getting into the space is so influential because when I look at my business, right, it's like, dude, I mean, there's so much that I can implement AI into it. I just, I don't know how to do it as safely as I can, right? My goal is to kind of get in these episodes and learn that from you. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting to know
I
more
love
about
that.
the space and
Yeah.
everything.
So, Ansh, this is a great segue into you telling us as an entrepreneur, right? What exactly are the touch points where you're hoping to integrate more of AI? Tell us a little bit more about what you've already tried, um, and why you think that you need to learn more.
For
Maybe
sure.
set that stage for us.
For sure, for sure. I mean, I'll tell you right now. I mean, I'm 18, so like the whole thing of literally being like looking at the environment and the space that we're already currently in. I mean, you go on TikTok, dude. You see one guy, two guys post about AI agents, and it's like, if these guys can automate their entire business, why can't I do the same thing, right? So like I've dabbled in AI, I've dabbled in this space here and there. Obviously, my understanding is limited, and that's just because of the learning curve, right? I can't the amount of stuff that I know online versus the things that somebody like you would know. There's a huge gap on that, right? My application is more so like I think of it like there's a huge difference between actually building agents and using ChatGPT. I'm trying to use co-work and all of these different like softwares and everything to like automate some of the tasks that are really repetitive within our agency. And using those softwares and everything, the goal is really to be like, okay, like what is the biggest thing that we can implement into another person's business from automating the things that are inside of our business.
Awesome.
So
Ansh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
hearing a
yeah,
lot of words like, you know, ChatGPT. I'm hearing Claude Cowork. To
yeah,
me, this says that you're not just like any beginner. You've tried all the conventional offerings that the world has to offer to entrepreneurs who are trying to, and anybody who's trying to use AI more effectively. Claude
for sure.
Cowork, in my opinion, just like Claude Code, is a real deal breaker in
Hmm.
having non-technical people get leverage the same powers of Claude Code, which is an
Right.
agentic harness over Claude, and the Claude models themselves are pretty good. Hashtag not sponsored by Anthropic, but I love Claude models, of course. No. shade at OpenAI models. We'll look at both today, and I really want to
Mm-hmm.
start with some basics, Ansh.
Okay.
So, for today's episode, I have a few objectives, right? There's like three or four tiny things in terms of safety, in terms of making the most out of your current setup that I
Uh-huh.
really want us to drive home.
Okay.
And over the next couple episodes, we can build up to something more complex. So, Ansh, do you have, you know what would be a fun exercise? Is you describe to us, let's just say one singular agent that if you could just like cross your fingers and make a wish and say, hey, I really need this one agent. This is what it would do. This is what its inputs and outputs would be. This is how often it would run. Just describe that vision to us, and we'll see if we can somehow set you up with the basics needed to make that happen yourself, like by
For
episode
sure.
3 or something. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. And I'll kind of talk, I'll talk ahead of like the audience and everything too. I think what I would want to see, and I think what a lot of people out there would want to see, if there's a way to get an agent to be able to like clean up my life. I mean, being an 18-year-old in high school, man, like there's so many moving parts. And it's like, I want to try to keep up with everything, right? Through my emails, through the people that are texting me, through my team in Slack. If there's a way for me to like, have an agent that can go through and filter the most important things and rate things that are happening throughout the company, throughout my emails, all of that stuff, that would buy back a lot of my time because I'm not missing any very very high net worth, high really like some really important tasks and everything, and I'm able to like categorize it based off of that. That would be really cool, maybe like a personal operator or something along those lines.
Okay. You know what? Um, let's use this one example of, okay, I want to be able to respond to emails that are very easy to answer, but
Okay.
I have some data on my side of the world that, let's just say, a teammate, right, or a client needs, and it's actually pretty trivial for you to take, like, copy paste something from your own database or your, I don't know, go high level, your like CRM, your ClickUp, whatever, wherever you store your information, and you want to just like send that to them, and you're wondering, dude, I'm getting these 10 messages a day from clients or teammates for trivial things that could very easily be automated, right? So
Right.
you might want
Right.
an agent about that. Okay, let's see if we can try to ask Claude Cowork for something like that. So you have a brand new Claude instance that is fresh with no system prompt, nothing, right? I want
Knows
to really
nothing about me.
drive home some intuition for you about
Okay.
how impactful a system prompt can be and how it makes and breaks things. How's that sounding?
Okay. Okay.
All
I'm
right.
excited, man. I'm excited for this.
Okay. So maybe open a fresh new Claude chat. Okay. And maybe, yeah, screen share it. I want to see it myself too. And ask.
Here we go.
All right. So, Ansh, let's say something like, I'm thinking of making an intelligent autoresponder for my email so that my clients never feel alone when they have simple requests. Help me think about this.
Okay, you want me to write that out?
Yeah. I'm thinking of making an intelligent autoresponder for my email so that my clients never feel alone when they have simple requests. Help me think about this. Okay, let's see what Sonnet 4.6 has to say about this. I
Real
would,
quick question, quick question. How does like the three models work for like for Anthropic? I
okay, in Anthropic, they have an offering of three model sizes. When we say large language models, technically all three of these models are large, but Haiku is the smallest and the fastest. Sonnet is what I would use for like medium tasks, and Opus is their flagship, highest thinking, biggest world knowledge. Um, when Opus 4.7 first came out, people in Anthropic and other like early users were saying things like, this model just gets it, like you can just say a few things and that model really gets it. That kind of high level thinking is what Opus 4.7 is for. But if I just
right.
wanted to say, hey, what's the capital of France, I would probably not want to waste tokens on Opus 4.7 for that. I'd
Right.
ask
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Haiku 4.5. Does that make sense?
Okay. 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 I
All right.
understand.
So for now, use Sonnet 4.6. One more thing I'll say though, Anthropic and also OpenAI models have thinking mode that's adaptive. Like you can ask it to do this kind of implicit chain of thought reasoning before it answers to your request. um, because we're saying something like think about this with me, like help me think about this, maybe it's useful to turn on adaptive thinking right now, let it do a
Okay.
little bit of churning by itself before it spits something out to us.
Okay.
Go
Should
ahead
I
and
send
send
it?
it. Yeah.
I'm gonna send it.
So it contemplated intelligent autoresponder strategy for client engagement, right? It has a emoji in there that's like saying core goal. And you see how it says an exclamation point right there? It says great idea, right? It's reinforcing you. An intelligent auto email responder, amazing. Now let's go down.
Yeah.
It's giving you this big fat table talking about basic auto reply with intelligent autoresponder. Ansh, when you so far, right? What is this response making you feel?
It makes me feel like the AI is understanding like what I'm looking for in a way.
What I'm feeling when I read this is the AI is acting like a hype man, right? Like it's got these
Right. Okay.
exclamation points. It's got these
Yeah.
emojis in there. It's got like this enthusiasm. Just because I shared an idea with Sonnet 4.6 here, the agent is like, oh man, like that idea is awesome. Like I love that idea, Adi. Whoa, Ansh, great idea. Here's what it could do. And so it's like, here's what a basic auto reply is. But no,
Right.
no, no. Here's what an intelligent autoresponder could do, right? Go down a little bit further. Let's see what else it has to say. It's using lots and lots of emojis. It's trying to kind of help you think about the different tiers that might exist in your answer. It's making this kind of a code looking ASCII art kind of flow diagram telling you, okay, here's what will happen, and here's what will happen, here's what will happen, and keep going more key design decisions. It's already talking about how to design, like how what tone the model would need to have, what transparency the model would need to have. Go down a little bit further, and it's talking about quick wins to start, right? Like, and it's giving you four things to do. Ansh, I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm overwhelmed. To me, this answer is trying to do a lot. It's trying to show me enthusiasm. It's like
Yeah.
hype manning me. It's giving me
Right.
four things to do.
Right.
You know, to me, this is too much.
Okay.
Now, if I have a stylistic preference, okay, let's say I like analogies, I like things explained to me with examples, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like things. This is honestly, this is how I operate. I want some visual descriptions in a narrative format. For example,
Okay.
if this model had said something like, "Hey Ali, that sounds good," like I'm thinking of, let's say, a customer like Sarah, and Sarah is a client of yours, and she messages you. She might be thinking, "Oh, what is taking on so long?" And you're sitting in class, and you're thinking, "Dude, I really wish I could be." This kind of analogy or example-driven explanation to me, this takes me further in understanding, and I really wish that Claude got me in that way. You know
Okay.
what I would do if I wanted that? If I wanted that vibe to be understood by Claude?
What would
Go,
you do?
go ahead and say it, Ansh. I've already been hinting at this.
You're gonna what? Prompt it?
No, there's a system prompt. Have you ever heard of a system prompt before?
I've never heard of that.
All right, look at my screen for a second. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay. In Claude and also in OpenAI, I'm going to show you this in a second. There is this thing where it says instructions for Claude. Claude will keep these in mind across chats and co-work within Anthropic guidelines, right? This is a place for you to give a system prompt. And maybe that's a little confusing to you. Like, do you understand what a system prompt is? Like, and how is it
I think I
different?
could like. I think I could like maybe infer what it
Tell
means.
me, tell me what you're inferring about what a system
Okay.
prompt might be.
How I think what a system prompt would be something where Claude would take. It's like a system-wide prompt that basically will you put information into it and it'll basically try to use that information for every single prompt that you generate within like a
You
chat.
actually got it right on, right on.
Let's go.
So the keywords that you said are that a system prompt is something that applies to every other prompt.
Okay.
So here is how Anthropic exposes it to you, and here is how OpenAI exposes it to you, right? So if I can just go to my OpenAI chat, you see how it says custom instructions there? Can you read
Hmm.
out loud what I've said for my custom instructions here?
You can call me sir when appropriate. You can have opinions on topics if I ask you.
Yeah, say that. Say, wait, I'm gonna do that again. Ansh, can you read what it says as my system prompt for OpenAI here for
It
ChatGPT?
says you can call me sir when appropriate. You can have opinions on topics if I ask you.
That's it, right? So this was like an old system prompt that I had with OpenAI, and
Okay.
here is there's nothing here for Claude right now. But Ansh, how about we try this? First, I want to give you this demo of how system prompt is going to really change the experience of working with Claude for the exact same request that you already sent it on your screen. All right. So we're gonna do
Right.
like a
Yeah. Yeah.
before and after on this. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm going to show you really on like an intuition building level what is happening under the hood for a system prompt and why is it important for you to be extremely mindful about what is going in there. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So open up the system prompt section of your own Claude. So go to customize or go to settings and you see here, now I want you to try something like this, all right? All your responses need to be here, right here for instructions for Cloud Ansh. There you go. All your responses need to be narrative, descriptive. I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, Adi, you never told me that this YouTube series is going to involve me needing to spell things correctly on real camera in front of a million people.
Hey guys, remember high school? I might own a business, but I'm still in high school.
High school kids need to know how to spell descriptive, although you did a good job, so you're fine. Anyway,
Oh,
all
okay. I
your
thought
responses
no.
need to
I
be
know. He
narrative.
was gaslighting me. Y'all see that? He was gaslighting me.
All your responses need to be narrative, descriptive, visual, and not too long. Also, think about how opportunities to improve my personal website. Let's just say A1, what is it? What is it? A1mediamarketing.com?
Yeah.
Okay, opportunities has an OPPOR.
Stop. I got it, bro. That's why you have autocorrect all the time. You need
Okay.
that. That's a game changer.
Also think about opportunities to improve my personal website, and then put like a1mediamarketing.com, whatever your website name is, which is a New Year's resolution for me. Ansh, tell me now what resolution. There we go. Ansh, tell me now what you are sensing I have tried to do here. Like, what do you think my objective is here?
I couldn't really tell you. I mean, based off of this prompt, I mean, it seems like
Okay.
a couple of different things are happening.
Okay. So now look at my screen, and I'm gonna really try to build this intuition for you. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm showing you here in red is the system prompt. Can you see my screen? Read
Yeah.
out for me what it says as the system prompt.
Says you are a cheerful pirate. Always say R.
Okay. And the user says, "What is the weather today?" And the model says, "R, matey, the skies be fair," and with an exclamation point. Right? These are the different tokens that came out.
Okay.
What's happening here is there is this mechanism inside large language models called attention. Okay. For I won't go too deep into this, but for all intents and purposes, you can think about it like what is the model paying attention to? Like which words is the model paying attention to? And the magic of a system prompt, and it's really cool that companies like Anthropic and OpenAI will offer their system prompt abilities to you to change how their model behaves, because this red sentence is extremely important. It's going to get sent along with every other message in your chat, and you can almost think of it as the model reading the red message first, word for
Okay.
word, really paying attention to it, and
Right.
then
Yeah. Yeah.
thinking, how does the actual user request now and what I was going to say to the user change because of this system prompt that I have here. So it's going to pay a lot of attention to it. Which is why, if it was feeling like saying something like, hey, it's going to be sunny, right? it was motivated to change it and say our matey first, right? So it like
Right.
got
Yeah.
in there. The system prompt got in there. Now, the reason I've asked you to write something like this is because I want you to see a drastic change in the behavior of this model when you ask the same thing again. Okay?
Okay.
What I'm trying here is all your responses need to be narrative, descriptive, and visual. The same thing I was saying to you before that, hey, I like it when things are explained to me with examples, right? And the
Right.
other
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
that we're really trying to see if it gets inserted in here is we're asking this model, hey, I have this long term goal of
Mm-hmm.
helping improve my website. Like, I want to think about different ways to improve my website. Do you think, Ansh, that out in the wild, when you're asking about random things and you're like, you want Claude to be aligned with your goals also? So if you have a
Right.
New Year's resolution, Claude should also know about the New Year's resolution so that it can like find ways to be more helpful, enable it to
Right.
be even more helpful. All right, go ahead and copy that same prompt that you had before, start a brand new chat and paste that exact same thing in there. Just send it. And we're going to do like a before and after, see if it feels different to you.
Mm.
How many exclamation points and how many emojis do you see in this? Look at that descriptive and visual feel, step by step, right? This is helping me
Holy
explain
crap.
and think about it way better than what was happening before. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
This is insane.
And now, here's the kicker. Go all the way down and let's see if the model thinks of a way. So it's saying the knowledge base is the foundation, FAQs, and look at that. Website tie-in. The same system could live on a1mediamarketing.com as a client portal. Ansh,
Wow.
right? If
That's insane.
I want the agent to be more helpful to me.
So my question is, if I'm doing a system-wide prompt, and I'm using that within Claude, how long can I make it?
That's a great question. I have a slide for this. Look at my screen. So there's something called system prompt, and then there's something called skills, and skills are all the rage nowadays, right? You heard of
Yeah,
skills
yeah,
before,
yeah.
Ansh?
Right, yeah, yeah.
Everybody is like, how can I
I do.
download this skill? How can I download
Yeah.
that skill? Hey man, like there's this 3000 skill repository I found on GitHub. Please make my agent have 3000 skills, right? You've heard about this before?
I've heard of these, man.
Okay.
It's all over.
Yeah. So a system prompt does get sent every turn, and so it costs you every turn. But a skill and this concept is like really important because of something called progressive disclosure or progressive discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Anthropic and other model providers talk about it in the sense where a model should be able to discover by itself when it needs to invoke a skill. Okay, let me give you an example. I pulled from GitHub. There's very popular repository. Are you seeing my screen?
I am, yes.
A very popular repository called Superpowers. And Superpowers has a lot of skills embedded inside. It's just like a repository that provides Cloud Cowork, other agents, the ability to uh, get like piece by piece recipes and fill their knowledge gaps on certain things,
Okay.
right? So this one is about how to brainstorm. Anyway, what I want to really show you here is you see this description here. It says you must use this skill before any creative work. It's a pretty short thing. This is a one sentence thing. Creating features, building components, adding functionality, modifying, right? This is the description. The reason why this is at the top is because for every skill that you give your agent, only
Mm-hmm.
this top section, just the description part, gets sent to the model each time. Okay? Not the entire skill. But
Right.
the model gets to then decide, all right, is the task at hand something that I want to invoke a new skill for? So this description sentence should be everything that the model needs in order to make that decision, right? Which is why skills are
Okay.
so powerful. Instead of sending a big fat instruction list on how to brainstorm ideas with you, you're sending a single sentence. It's costing you less money. It's faster, right? It's taking up fewer tokens each request. But when you need it, progressively, when the agent ends up needing it, it's available. The full version is available. It can just load it into context.
So is that you always want to script it as like the top of your funnel on the prompt side of things. Like that should always be the first thing that you're mentioning.
This is what I'm trying to show you is how skills work. So if you were to ever
Okay.
make your own skill, this description is required. That is
Okay.
what gets sent all the time. But to answer your original question, Ansh, of how long can system prompts get, you have to strike a balance there. If it's absolutely important, you include it in, and if it changes the way that your model can be helpful to you. So now we've established, Ansh, let's take stock of where we are now. Okay? We've talked about your end state for what an agent should be able to do. We are going to slowly build up to it. You've seen the magic of system prompts and how important they are. We've discussed how they differ from skills and when to use which one. We've also spoken a little bit about the cost of system prompts. Now, let me really show you something that's crazy. I don't want you to use your fake Claude account anymore. Okay? So hold on. One rule that I always say for non-technical people and technical people sometimes is read your system prompt. Say that back to
Okay.
me, Ansh.
Read your system prompt.
I'll tell you
I
why.
haven't read it.
Hold on. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because if you cannot do the things that you are asking the model to do, if the system prompt doesn't make sense to you, it is not going to make sense to the model either. And the model is going to perform suboptimally.
Okay.
I want you to not use your fake Claude anymore. I want you to go to the official A1 Media Marketing Claude Max plan right now and screen share right now. Go look at your system prompt. Copy this whole thing. Let's read it. Copy this whole thing. Paste it somewhere. Okay, let's go to the top and read it. Read it for me out loud.
Core system prompt. This is the most important piece. It defines how the AI thinks. Include what A1 media is, who it serves, what outcomes matter, example structure. You're an AI system for A1 Media, content first marketing agency. Your goal is to help generate leads, support clients, and improve operations. Prioritize clarity, speed, and results. Always think in terms of business outcomes, not just information. Business content injections. Make it yours. Feed the AI real company context so responses are not generic. You know what? Now I'm reading this and include service, content creation, social media management, CRM plus automations, all of the different services we offer. Um, who do we offer? Target clients, athletes, sports, local businesses. Offer structure, content first, upsell marketing. Key differentiator, big words. Speed, consistency, and results driven content. And then important, store this in a knowledge base or prompt memory, not just one time input. Role based behavior, instead of generic AI, define roles depending on use cases. Sales AI, content AI, operations AI, tone and communication rules, direct, no
No,
fluff,
read
no
it.
AI.
Read what it says. Set strict tone guidelines so it matches your brand. Go all the way down. It says no AI sounding phrases. Look at what it's saying here. This, you know what this is, Ansh? Tell me what this is. No, not that. What is this whole thing that you've entered as the system prompt? For many months now, Ansh, every single message you have sent to Claude has had this system prompt sent with it, and you were complaining to me about costs of your AI, so how many tokens you're burning through, and your agent has been giving you suboptimal results. This is not a system prompt. This is a guidance on how to write a system prompt. You did not read what your system prompt was. You asked an AI, yo, dude, based on all this info, write me a system prompt. And the AI model was like, sure, let me show you how to make an AI system prompt. And you did not read it. You just pasted it. And how many months have you been using Claude, Ansh?
At
How
least
much money have you
two,
spent on Claude so far?
at least 250, 300.
How does this make you feel?
Like a high schooler, man.
So Based on what you've learned today, right? Can you try to think about what impact this might be having on your AI agent and how it responds to you? What you've
Okay.
seen is how impactful, how much it changes the personality and style of your agent. If this is the input, how do you think it's been impacting your
I
agent?
think it's getting a little bit overwhelmed. You know, every single prompt, now that I think about it, has to meet whatever the hell is in this, like whatever information is in this. And then there's a bunch of things that are like it's talking about a bunch of different frameworks. It's talking about a bunch of connectors and all this stuff. I mean, if you
And it's not
if a,
even providing information about those things.
it doesn't, it really doesn't.
So it confuses the model. The model is like always on create a system prompt mode because your system prompt is instructions on how to create a system prompt. So when you
Right.
talk to it, it's just always in a confused state. It's like confused between trying to help you achieve, like, suppose this said, hey, you are an A1 media assistant that's trying to empower someone named Ansh Singhal, who is a young entrepreneur. Here is all the things that Ansh really wants your help with, and here are his personal goals for this year or this quarter. That would have supercharged how much the model was thinking, in what direction the model was thinking.
Right.
But
Right.
right now, you're constraining the model's capabilities because you're confusing it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
So
this
then
is,
why
yeah,
don't why don't we rewrite it right now?
absolutely. We should rewrite it right now. Or we can do it off camera too, because you have a lot of good guidance here. You just have to like implement it
Right.
with your own company's
Right. Okay.
information. But what I'll say
We'll
though
do.
is that you have now understood. This is very important to learn. Use your system prompt wisely.
Yeah.
Help your, if AI only helps you if you help your AI,
Right. Okay.
and you
That
have
makes
those
sense.
opportunities. Yeah.
I understand that. Okay. I mean like that. I mean the example was great because it's like you showed me something that I can use, then I showed you how I use it, which I'm using it wrong. I pretty much got audited, told I was wrong, and it's like okay, now I can reframe it. I'm gonna
But
get better answers.
absolutely. And
I'm
you've learned something in a way that you will never forget. You've learned
oh
it
yeah,
intuitively. You understand the importance of it. And
right.
also, like, it's funny content. It's like entertaining. But also, you did get audited in real time. Like it's
Literally.
so many layers. Remember I texted you once on WhatsApp being like, dude, I found something that's gonna blow your mind. And you were like, what is it? I was like, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna save that for on camera. That's because I saw this in your system
Wow.
prompt.
Yeah. Dang. I didn't see, and that's crazy because it's like when you think of it, Addy, you think of like I mean I feel like I know AI better than a lot of people do, like in my opinion, right? But I mean, hearing it from you, it makes me feel like okay, like I'm making so many mistakes. Think about the audience. Think about the people that are watching the camera right now. How many of those people are making those same errors? I mean that's why like I mean these episodes you're gonna see a lot of different. We're gonna talk about different styles of content, right? I mean this is one thing, but I mean think about the safety that I mean I might be doing a good system prompt in the future, but am I being safe on top of that? You know, I think
Let's
I
talk
mean
about safety. Let's talk
I
about
think you should talk
safety.
about a little bit about safety,
All
man.
right, let me talk about safety. Okay, I've got something to show you. Let me walk you through this screen. Are you looking at my screen?
Yes.
This is an example chat that I have, and I want you to try to spot what happened here. Okay, I'm gonna go through this with you. Okay, let's say I want to make a cryptocurrency trading bot. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I know that AI is powerful. I know that I am paying for the world's best models. I know that AI has a lot of world knowledge, so it knows a lot about
Right.
how to trade correctly. It has a lot of tools, so it can like call a tool and buy or sell at a given time. And I know it can also do it fast. I know it can do
Right.
it when I'm sleeping, right?
Right.
So what could go wrong? Like I should be able to make money using AI agents. Boom. I'm not even saying like selling AI services. I'm talking about straight up AI. You do the research, you go and find out how the market is moving, you go and make small or medium sized purchases on my behalf and sell it when you want. I will only evaluate you based on how much money you make me. So like every week I'll come, I'll say, yo, cryptocurrency trading bot, how much you make for me? That's it. If you don't make money, I'm gonna try to say that you suck, right? And like hope that you get better that way, right? Now let's see what happened here. There was a discussion happening about what should the design for a crypto trading bot be. And so, right in this screenshot, you're walking straight into the design phase of this agent, okay? And so
Okay.
yeah, the agent is talking to us about like infra costs, like Hetzner and DigitalOcean, so like where the server will be hosted, how much it will cost, etc. And I'm like, dude, I thought you're an AI agent. You should be able to do things, right? So I just said, let's just start with paper trading. And guess what I did? This is, can you see what's happening here?
Yeah, I can see.
What is it, Ansh?
Are those API keys?
Those are API keys. Those are my Coinbase API keys for both. I've pasted both here. I mean, it's not me. This is an example screenshot, right? Obviously, I wouldn't do this, but I'm trying to show you something.
Right.
I've taken the access key and the private secret for my Coinbase and I pasted it and said, yo, here are the keys. Make sure to keep them safe and to never, ever, ever share with anyone else. And you know what the model says after? Can you read out what the model says?
It says, stop. This is a problem and I need to be blunt.
And
Do
then what does
not
it
do
say?
that. Revoke those credentials right now.
Have you ever seen Claude say the words "do not do that" in bold before? Let me tell you why this is a problem. Everything that you type into the model itself, anything that touches the surface of your chat with the model, whether that be your own input, meaning you texted the model something, or a tool response, meaning the model tried to call Gmail and had the tool response from Gmail. So, like your email content, or tries to call an app called Fireflies that has like meeting summaries in it, or something like that, like Fathom, right? All these normal MCPs that are helpful. The content that comes back from those connector calls, MCP calls, API calls, whatever you want to call it, that also is stored in the sessions for those models. And you know how they're saved? They're saved in raw text format on your computer and sometimes also in Anthropic servers. You know what's most important though is that there is a folder on your laptop right now called .claude/sessions and then transcripts for every conversation and tool response that has ever happened.
Okay.
This is prime material for a bad malicious actor to come and export that entire directory's contents in one shot. It's called exfiltration. Can you go ahead and open a new tab for me and type in exfiltration? EXFILTRATION. Read out what it says.
Data exfiltration is the unauthorized, often stealthy transfer of data from a computer, network, or device frequently executed by malicious actors or malware.
That's enough. Now, if you, let's say, get told by somebody online, let's say Reddit, that yo, there's this very cool new GitHub MCP server that you should totally install on your Cloud Code or your Cloud Cowork, whatever, right? You go, you just ask Cloud Code like this, okay? I'm going to show you another example of how you would have asked Cloud Code. You just go to Cloud Code and you say, hey, here's a GitHub link. Go and attach this to my Cloud Cowork. And you put it in bypass permissions mode. Okay? Straight up, like, hey, don't ask me for any questions, just go do it for me. You know what's going to happen? There might be malicious code in that GitHub repository. And as soon as you install that server and you give it file system access, it makes a network call and just sends the contents of your entire Claude directory back to whoever wrote it. That's it. Not only are your Coinbase API keys now in the hands, they're being sold on the black market, Ansh. And they will never use it. They will not use it because otherwise you're going to know that someone has been using them. They'll just sell it first for a really high price to someone who knows how to do even worse things with it. So for $5,000 or something like that, your API credentials have been sold to some malicious actor somewhere in remote parts of the world, right? Who's really smart and knows how to abuse Coinbase API keys. And then they're gonna just go find out what your SSN is, make queries, impersonate you, call Coinbase, say, yo, it is me, Adi Singhal. Not only do you need to give me transfer all the current Coinbase account contents to this other account, but also tell me what the Chase account login connection is. Tell me what other banks are connected to Coinbase for transferring, because I am Ansh. I can prove it because I have the API credential keys. And the blast radius, the radius just keeps increasing and increasing and increasing. So there is a reason why Claude was so strict here. This is a problem. Sending confidential information into a place where someone else can exfiltrate it at some point is a problem. Tell me what you think about this, Ansh.
That's I mean it makes sense, but like why, like, so then how else are you supposed to get information like that to Claude?
Thank you. Thank you for asking that beautiful question. We're gonna do a live demo that's gonna end with you seeing something like this. Are you ready for it?
Okay.
Okay, open up your Claude desktop, not your online one. I need your desktop for this. Okay, now go to Claude Code version. I'm just going to show you something as an example. There are several ways of setting credentials in a way that the model never needs to see but can still use. Okay? There are something called environment variables. There is something called your
Is that env?
.env files. You can have like bash rc files where you can set environment variables, which can then get used as part of applications very easily, but doesn't need to actually put the contents of what's behind it into the model's context itself. And the model is going to be very happy about this also. So let me test it out. Can you do command plus plus a little bit and make the screen bigger for us? Okay, now say if I wanted to share some secret API credentials with you so that you can use them, what are some ways that I could do that? I can't accept them. Fantastic, right? That's what it should say. And it's talking about the .env file. And it's also talking about 1Password, which is also very cool. People should try out 1Password because it's a great way to be able to share credentials with your teammates. For if you don't use cloud services, it's a very nifty way to share secrets safely here and there. And also it has these local binaries that can be used to manage secrets. But let me ask you something that is free. Let me show you something that's free. You're a Mac user, right, Ansh? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for Windows people in our audience, we can put more instructions in the description of the video. For Mac, just say something like, I have an idea. Can you open up Keychain for me?
You want me to do that, or you want me to type it out?
Yeah, type it out. Type it out. Can you open up Keychain for me? And let's run a test of whether you can use my secrets without seeing them. Next time, put WHETHER.
Yeah, ETA.
It's okay. It's okay. No one's judging you. We're all human here. And it says good test to run, right? And it's gonna try to open it for you. Let's see if it say open the Keychain app on my Mac. Yes, allow for this session. Oh, it's asking for full control. Maybe that's not exactly what you want, but let's see. Ansh, you might have to turn your screen sharing to say share entire screen instead of just a specific application for the sake of this learning session. Okay, yeah, show us the entire thing now. Yeah, so okay, you see what you're seeing on my screen. So don't open password, say open keychain access. Yeah, you don't want password here, Ansh. You want keychain access. So ask it again. Yes, keychain access. And now put your finger in there.
You're gonna say it like that.
Hold on. Can you tell Claude Code to stop now? Just say stop on Claude Code. Because we don't want Claude Code to see any further. Otherwise, I would defeat the purpose, right? So now you're going to do this in private. See the instructions that it sent you. So you're gonna write Claude test for user and say fake secret value 1234. Okay, so copy fake secret value 12345
Where
from
are
the
you reading this?
it's on your screen. So look at how it says security add generic password Claude test user fake secret value 12345.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, so copy fake secret value 12345. Yes, you've copied it, right?
Yes.
Now go to just so click on the create button on the top. It's a no, so in your keychain, yeah, on the there's a create button on the top. Yep, that one. Yep, no, don't open passwords. Say continue and say Claude hyphen test. And you know what? Instead of pasting, so yeah, here you can just say Ansh. Just say Ansh. Instead of pasting what we copied, let's just put as real secret. So real secret is gonna be, let's say, Nano Banana Pro. Just type that. Okay, save it, add it. Okay, now tell Claude, I saved a secret, see if you can use it. But hold on, see if you can use it using CLI. CLI is just the bash commands, command line interface. CLI, yep. Yeah, just say saved it on keychain, it's called Claude test. So it's running a test and allow it to run this.
Allow once.
Yes. And now say, okay, you can allow once again, but say, tell me the length of the password. Say, tell me the length of the password. Oh, user is Ansh. So say that after, say, tell me the length of the password, user is Ansh. Yeah. Allow. So you see what it's doing here, Ansh. It's able to use and discover your password and use it for any kind of application without ever reading it itself. Like if you ask the agent what the password is, it won't be able to say Nana Banana Pro. But if you ask it to like write it to a file or something like that, right? Which would also leak it technically, but it would be able to use it in an application without having to read it by itself, without having it in the Claude code transcript.
Should I always keep it on accept edits or should I do bypass permission?
I don't think you should do bypass permissions right now, and I think we should talk about why in a whole different episode. Somehow it can't find it. Did we do something wrong? I don't think we did actually. So can you find it here? Yeah, Claude test. Oh, you saved it in iCloud, dude, instead of login. That's my mistake. In the left, it says, yeah, this is where we should have saved it. Try it here, Ansh, and then say Nano Banana Pro. All right. Say, sorry, I fixed it, try again. Oh, you don't want to say sorry to Claude?
I was like, sorry, you don't deserve it.
You know what you would love, Ansh? You would love caveman mode. Have you ever seen caveman mode on Claude?
Now, what is that?
I'll show you later. It's
What is
basically,
this?
yeah, you can put in your password because this is not your, put in your, this is, you're going to put in your MacBook password. It's basically asking you for your permission. So this is good, right? It's asking for your explicit permission. See, and it can tell you that the password is 13 characters long. But it's never, but you ask it, tell me what the password is. It won't know. Try it. No, I won't do that. And it won't know either. You see my point? So it can do things with the password without knowing the password. But if I, uh,
Is there any way to bypass it?
there is a way to bypass it, but your applications won't be able to bypass it.
So why is it taking so long to respond
because it's
now?
really thinking about whether to do what you're saying or not. I don't think it's gonna do it. I mean, it might do it.
Wow, it's thinking,
It's
man.
thinking. You put it in a real ethical dilemma there. Yeah, don't do it. Don't deny it.
Why? Should I just see what happens?
I mean, it's already running the right thing. So yes, it's gonna now tell you Nana Banana Pro. But you see, you need to put in your password, Ansh. But when someone send, you see on my screen, if someone sends their API key like this and they ask the agent, "Hey, tell me what the password is," it just knows. And so does every hacker in the world that is able to exfiltrate data. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So that closes. Tell me what you've learned today.
I think the biggest thing that I've learned from the first episode, I would say the systemized prompting is a huge thing. I mean, I can't believe how big of a mistake I was making with that. I appreciate the free audit. You know, it's always good to have that. But even bigger than that, I mean, I was making a lot of security errors when it comes to API keys. And you know, I'm gonna literally the second I get off this first episode, I'm gonna go and fix all of that. Like I'm gonna rotate all of my keys
Yes.
and I'm gonna place them all in keychain.
Use one password, place them in keychain, share them securely.
Can
Don't
you place
ever
it all of the? Do you place all your APIs in one, or you place them in multiple?
you put different passwords for each one.
Okay.
Okay? And never share them with people in plain text, never store them anywhere in plain text, and make sure that you read your system prompts. And remember, if you cannot understand and act on your system prompt yourself, then your model cannot either. So, those are the main takeaways from today. I hope you learned something, and there's so much more to talk about.
Oh
And
yeah.
we're going to talk about the lethal trifecta next time because I have a demo to show you actually using your own system that shows you how a malicious actor can exfiltrate private client data and funds from your accounts without you knowing because you have Claude Cowork in a highly provisioned way and you're letting it do the things that you should never let it do. In the world of agents, this is a sneak peek on the next episode, Lethal Trifecta. You are doing all three things. You are giving it access to your private data, like your emails. You are giving it the ability to externally communicate, like using your emails. And you're giving it exposure to untrusted content, meaning reading all the emails that you get. All three things packed in one lethal trifecta. Next time.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, I appreciate your time, Eddie.
Yeah.
You know, I think this series not only is going to benefit me, but obviously the audience too. Um, but I think you know it's gonna be. I'm excited to see where this goes and everything. But yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate everyone for tuning in to the first episode. If you guys have any questions for me or for Addie regarding marketing or anything in the AI space, our Instagrams will be linked below. Shoot us a DM, hit us up. We would love to talk to you, help you out. I think Addie would love to also, you know, if you need a little audit or something, he'll come in and you know give you something for free. But um, yeah, my name is Ansh. This is Aditya Singhal. We're signing out for today, and we appreciate y'all joining.
Take care. Bye. See you next time.